Once upon a time, the Shah of Persia paid a visit to the court of Emperor Akbar. The emperor gave him a warm welcome. The Shah of Persia was pleased and said, "I have heard about the intelligence of your courtiers in Persia. May I test them?" The emperor replied,
"Yes, of course. Please do so."
The next day at the court, the Shah of Persia came before the courtiers. The Shah of Persia said, "Friends, I've brought a fat sheep from Persia. He is a very greedy animal. I've got a challenge for you. Can any one of you make sure that this sheep does not eat for a whole day?" The Shah of Persia added, "The sheep will have a bundle of grass next to him, but you have to make sure he does not eat it." The emperor agreed with the test and said,
"Yes, who is willing to take up this challenge?"
One courtier said, "Oh my lord, I will keep the grass away from the sheep." Another courtier said,
I'll tie the mouth of the sheep.
A third courtier said, "Your Majesty, I will pour some bad-smelling liquid on the grass." The Shah of Persia was not satisfied and said, "The sheep should be free to eat the grass, but he should still stay away from it." Then the courtiers kept silent. So the emperor turned to Birbal and said,
"Birbal, why don't you take up this challenge?"
Birbal replied,
I shall take it up, Shah,
"But I will do it tomorrow." The next day, Birbal arrived at the court with a tribal man. The tribal man had 2 dogs with him. Birbal said to the tribal man,
tie the dogs to a wooden post and keep the grass near them.
The fat sheep was then brought before them. As soon as the 2 dogs saw the sheep, they began barking at him. The sheep stayed away from the grass. Birbal said,
Look at the sheep. He can try to eat the grass if he wants to, but he is staying away from it.
The Shah of Persia was impressed. He turned to Birbal and said,
"Birbal, you are simply great. You are a gift to the emperor's court."
Birbal replied,
Thank you very much, Your Majesty.
The Emperor Akbar was also pleased. He said,
"You've made me proud, Birbal. How did you think of this smart idea?"
Birbal smiled and said,
It's simple, Shah. When there is fear of death, no animal will think of food.
The animal will only want to escape. The Shah of Persia understood that the stories of Birbal's intelligence were true.